Hey guys, I know I talked about over on my Instagram and I was gonna start doing getting ready with me. A lot of people really like my eye makeup. I really never really have a plan going in other than maybe a color. I usually do base foundation, contour, blush, all the same color. My highlight differentiates. Just the eye makeup, sometimes I'll use like a more purple blue highlight. Sometimes I use more gold warm highlight. Honestly, everyday look, I just use like a pink shimmery highlighter. Foundation, same powder, same contour, same blush. I use the same thing usually until it runs out, and then I might change colors. So I think I'm using the L'Oreal matte foundation right now. I really like that one. It only takes about 2 pea-sized amounts of foundation to usually cover my face. Sometimes I use a little bit. I use that. Contour, I usually just use a Wet n Wild or a Profusion contour. Same thing with highlighter, Profusion or Wet n Wild. Today I went ahead and did all my foundation and my eyebrows beforehand, just because it takes me so long to do eyeshadows usually. But I already went ahead and did my eyebrows. I usually, like I said, I do my eyebrows first and then do my eyeshadow, and then I go through and I'll brush out my eyebrows and kind of make them look a little bit more natural, a little bit less heavy. I know right now that doesn't look the case on the camera, but they look a little bit more natural in life, naturaler, I would say. But also after I put my eyeshadow on, it'll kind of look a little bit less intense. But yeah, I've already done all that. I think I used I forget the name of the color too. I really don't pay attention to the name of the colors of the like blush and the eyeshadow, not blush and eyeshadow, blush and foundation I usually just use either the lightest or the most for the foundation I use the lightest shade available. For blush I usually use the most rosy looking because I like that little bit of like hint of rose color. But I always use this. I'll get into doing my eyeshadow as I'm talking because I'll just ramble on if I don't. I use Profusion No Budge eyeshadow primer. I really like this one. I like the e.l.f. Photo Focus as well. I find this one a little bit easier to find for myself personally, and it lasts forever. I'll use it like kind of like toothpaste. I'll use it until I can squeeze in the tube until it's folded in half. But I only use a little small amount, and then I rub it out on my hand. You can't tell because it kind of blends in, but yeah, it's very skin like light pigment colored. It's not. I want to say it dries on clear. I'm so pale it doesn't really affect and change the way it looks on me. I'm assuming it dries clear, but I put that on. I only use a small amount, and then I like pat it in around my eyeshadow or around my eyelid up to my eyebrows, and a little bit underneath the waterline because I like to put a little bit of eyeshadow there. I don't always do this, but today I'm wanting to do a more of an intense look, and so I'll let that sit on there for about a few seconds. Where did I put this? Okay. Sorry, I'm not usually doing my makeup in here. I usually do it in the other room, but the other room is kind of hectic with all our hobby/craft stuff. And I'm usually facing toward a window, but I have a little desk, like built-in desk section over there that I do my makeup, and it's cluttered, and everything's really cluttered, and I haven't had a chance to go through it. But for this look today, I'm wanting to do. I've been watching a lot of Jake Monroe and Toxic Tears and stuff along those lines, and I'm obsessed with the one eyeshadow and a different eyeshadow. So today I'm going to do one eyeshadow, or one eyelid one color, one eyelid the other color. I don't know exactly which one I'm doing with which, but I don't have many makeup brushes to do. I usually only do one eyeshadow color for the whole thing. I have the same makeup brush. But I brought a paper towel in here just so I can buff it up between using different colors. I'm going to try using the light color first and then the darker color on the other side, just so it doesn't look like a muddled mess. But my idea is one orange, and one purple. And sorry, for some reason the computer screen messed up for a second. One orange, one purple, and maybe a dark eyelid, or maybe a glitter eyelid. I'm not sure. I'm gonna say it just depends. I don't remember bringing the one with the orange glitter, so we're probably just gonna do dark eyeshadow on the top. Maybe. We'll find out. But yeah, let that sit for a second. And so I'm gonna start with the orange because I want to say that's gonna do better. And I'm using these look really bad because I've had them forever, and I just use them. Well, I mean, the shades don't look bad, but the packaging looks bad, as you can tell with the. If I'm using Siennas by Profusion, I'm really liking these. They're really affordable, but the pigment's really nice for what I'm trying to do with them. And the glitters. Let me see if I can get this to show up a little bit better. The glitters are really, really nice in it. The shimmers. I'm gonna go in. Sorry, I'm gonna go in with a light, pale, like a cream color on right underneath my eyelids, just to diffuse it and keep it a little bit. Let me see, a little bit. Sorry, I'm not used to doing this angle. Lighter around there. It keeps it from the color from expanding that far up. I like to leave a little bit of an eyebrow bone, I guess, brow bone, yeah, brow bone. Yeah, I put that a little bit of a cream color there and a little right here, just because I want those to stay as pale or as light as possible, just in case I want to put a shimmer on top of it. So I'm going to debate on what side. Not sure. I think I want to do the orange on this side because I have a little bit of purple tint on that side still. I wore a really vibrant purple eyeshadow yesterday, and makeup tends to stain my eyelids a lot. No matter what brand I use, I get stained eyelids, especially with purples and pinks. I'm assuming it's the pigment in it. But I'm going to go in with this yellow right here. And obviously, I am not a professional. I just really love doing my makeup. Some days more than others. But yeah, nowadays, I like wearing makeup, but there's some days it's just like, I'm just going to throw on some mascara and put eyebrows on, and I'm out the door. Just to kind of give my skin a break. Okay, so yellow. And I'm very, I don't know. I did a lot of art classes in school, and I think that kind of goes into my makeup ideas. But I like to work with the lightest possible shade and then slowly build up, so it takes me regularly forever to do it, unless I have an idea. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this orange color, and usually I would do like them together, like light, and then put it on this side. But with me doing the different colors, and like I said, I don't really have separate brushes, it's just gonna be a lot easier for me to do it this way. Okay, so put that. Also, by watching a lot of Toxic Tears and Jake Monroe, I've been getting to that messy kind of look. Like, I don't know. I kind of don't like it to look all neat, clean, and polished, I want to say. I like it to look more grungy looking. I mean, not in comparison. I don't think I have worked the nerve up to do just as I guess, much area as some others might do. That's just me personally. I've just not worked up that nerve to do it. That, and I've noticed the more I put, the more I stimulate around my eye, especially with like certain brushes, it irritates my eyes, and then I'll end up like crying / like watering up my eyes around it, and then it just bleeds my makeup off. So I try just to focus as close as I can. Oh, I say, using this color right here. Sorry, I had to look on the screen to see where I was pointing. Right here. And put that into my crease to darken it out. And yes, I do ramble like this in life. I talk a lot. Like, I either talk a lot because I'm nervous, or I don't talk at all because I'm nervous. As you can tell, I'm really camera nervous, and I'm trying to get over it. But I used to literally like I will take pictures for the most part. I can take pictures. I'm perfectly fine with it. Let me see. I'm perfectly fine with doing pictures and taking pictures for the most part. Cool with it. Now as someone starts recording me, I'm sitting there like rigid and panicky. Like on the inside of my mind, like everything is just like, no, do not like this. I'm shutting down. Or I will sit there and just rant. Like obviously right now I'm just talking a lot. But I mean, I guess it's just a thing you learn to get over. I'm hoping it's a thing I learn to get over. It'd be very nice. Okay, so, oh, and this is why you know I'm not a professional, because I'm not showing you what I'm doing. I'm using this darker reddish orange shade right here, and working that into my crease. And under my eyelid. I kind of just I know I'm saying that a lot. You would never tell I took a lot of public speaking classes. My teachers are, if they could hear me now talking, would be very concerned with my public speaking ability. They knew it. I wasn't going to be a public speaker. But I like making them look a little bit more hollowy, like sunken a little bit, I would say. I like them to look more dramatic and kind of haunting, but I'm working on exactly how I achieve that. So we have that eye. I'm debating on if I need to go in with a darker color. I think I might. Okay, so I'm going to go in with, you're like, this is so many eyeshadows. I put this much eyeshadows, different ones, on there. I kind of like adding two, because once you can always add more. You can't take away. That's been my theory with everything. But I'm going to use this darker red at the bottom and pat that into the very corner of my eye. Sorry. It's really, I feel like it's a skill trying to do something and focus on what you're doing and talking. Like, a lot of stuff I can do and talk. Like, I can crochet for the most part and talk. I can somewhat do makeup. I can't do eyeliner that well and talk. Eyeliner is that one thing. Eyeliner and eyebrows. Because if you mess your eyeliner up, people notice. If you mess your eyebrows up, that is a definite notice. But I feel like eyeshadow, if you mess up a little bit, like just a tiny bit, you can kind of buff it out. But once you start in with eyeliner and eyebrows, there's just no really going back with it. Okay, so I'll put this one away, and I'm going to start on the other eye so I look less crazy, less half naked on my face. So I like buying these little tiny color compacts, I guess, or little tiny color palettes. I know it's not like a little tiny quad, but this is all my eyeshadows I've been using here lately just been Profusion. It's a lot easier to get the colors I want at the price I want, because these are like cheaper than a lot of small, like, of the main brand, the main drugstore brands. This is a lot cheaper than a lot of like the commercial drugstore brand ones, and they have a lot better, I guess, spectrum of colors, but they also have, I want to say certain colors have higher pigments, but I like getting these, like the certain colors. Like I have one of these in, I want to say red, and I have a green one, and then I have a couple, I think I have like a neon one maybe. I kind of just build up my eyeshadow collection over time, because that's the one thing I really focus on. I really like eyeshadow and lipstick. Everything else, I'll just use it until it's gone and get a new one. Unless there's something that just miraculously comes out that works amazing. In drugstore brand. But I'm going to use this palette right here. And I've already done the light eyeshadow on that color, or on my brow bone for that one. So I'm going to haphazardly wipe the eyeshadow off my brush. Like I said, I usually just use one eyeshadow color. I don't usually do like one eye and another eye unless it's like, I want to say I've done it a couple times. I think I did it once or twice 2 years ago for Halloween while I went to work. So we did like, I just did Halloween stuff the whole week of Halloween up until. And then I think the day of, I did like a very dramatic smoky eye with like lime green or something. I can vaguely remember makeup looks. Honestly, I should probably start taking pictures of them, so if I want to recreate them later, it's a lot easier. Okay, but I'm going to go in with this lilac purple right here on my eyelid. And like I said, they have fairly good pigment payoff just for how inexpensive they are. I think the smaller palettes, I've seen them for like $4 to $5, I want to say. Let me see. I think it's like $4 to $5. I think the most expensive I've seen it was like $6. And they usually have little tiny, like 4 shade color palettes around, Christmas. I don't think I ever really get those because they're usually like gold, and I want to say I've seen a gold one. I've seen like, they're more jewel toned. I like jewel tones, and I would like wearing them more, but usually when I do my eyeshadow for every day, I go with a generic brown smoky eye. Just because there's no thought process into it. And I can just kind of get that done in probably about 15-20 minutes. Oh, also, like I said, I'm not a professional with this. So I'm going to use this slight more, I guess, I would say, it's called Blissful. But I seen a color the other day that would, like, I wouldn't say fuchsia. It's kind of like a more pink, lilac color. I'm not sure exactly what I would call it, but it's a lighter purple. It gives it a little bit more vibrancy around it versus really, neutral tone. I like, it kind of complements the orange a lot easier. And I just pack that up there, blend it out. Okay. So I'm going to put that one, I'm going to put that to the side. I want to use, this was the one of the, sorry about that. One of the first palettes I was really excited about getting, other than like the, I want to say I got a matte sienna and another one around Christmas for fairly cheap for what they were. I think they were like on Christmas special at Walmart. But this is one of the ones I got when they first started like bringing them into Walmart. I was really excited about this one because of all the nice green tones and the purpley tones. Like I said, these are fairly inexpensive. I want to say I paid $10 to $15 for one of the Maybelline smoky eye ones. And I want to say for this, how big this palette is with this many colors, I paid like 10. Okay, I'm going to use, like I said, dab a little bit of that off. I'm going to put a little bit of this pinkish color into the crease to kind of brighten it up a little bit. I think it's really hard for me. There's probably brands out there I just haven't tried to get a nice vibrant purple without it looking really dark. I want something that kind of looks like not neon-y, but not like a bruise. There probably is. I told Ryan this morning, I was talking to him about it, about how I need, well, next time I get a palette, I want to get a Colourpop palette, one of the specific ones, because I've noticed in a lot of a lot of drugstore brands, the palettes they have don't have a matte gray. And I'm really drawn, like, I'll use stuff that has a little bit of sparkle in it, but I don't want a lot of shimmer. Like I said, it's just personal preference. I don't like having the glitter, because I have a lot of, I don't like having it, like, on my face for days at a time. And even with shimmers, I don't know if it's just my skin, but I find glitter everywhere. And I don't have, like I said, I don't have a problem with it. I just don't want to have glitter everywhere for a day or two. Let's see. That looks about vibrant enough. I like using a little bit pink instead of just using straight purple, because it does help it become more, I guess, less dull. Blend it out a little bit. And honestly, okay, and then I'm going to go in with this really, really rich purple right here. And kind of start darkening it out. Like I said, I like having it bright on the edges, but I like having like a dark, hollowy looking eye. Okay, I'm going to use this color right now. And put that in that to deepen that out. And this video is probably going to be forever long, because I take forever long to do my makeup. Like I said, I do this last. I mean, sometimes I have a little fallout, and then I kind of just like either use a fluffy brush to buff it off as much as I can, or I'll just go over with a little bit of concealer. But usually it's not too bad, because the amount of, I guess, the blending I do, or that I just don't care because it's kind of messy anyways. Ooh. See now that I have eyeshadow on, my eyebrows look less intense. Like, they still look pretty angry, but they don't look as nearly as, like, so that's a lot better. A little bit more, I guess, and then I'm gonna probably put, like, a darker color down in the very, very depths of my crease. I have a lot, like, I mean, I don't know, might have a headed eye. I have fairly dark, not dark, intense hood whenever I look. There's like right there, but it's not as bad, I guess, or I just never noticed it. But I don't think it's too bad. Let me see, put that off a little bit. Like I said, this is not hygienic at all, but I usually don't switch between colors, and I fairly wash these regularly. So I'm gonna go back to the Violets palette, and this, like, even no matter what I'm using, there's certain colors in this palette. I want to say this one has a really good dark color, but the mattes has a very nice grayish black that does really give a smoky eye. So I'll use like a whole entirely different palette and then go back just for that color. The blacks in it are kind of hit or miss. They do have good pigment. They're just hard to work with because there's a lot of fallout. But I really like this color on the very edge. It's called Fudge. And I don't know what it is. Makeup here lately has just been really bothering my allergies. But, let me see. This color right here, Fudge. As you can tell, it's pretty fairly used. I like using it with any smoky I'm doing for the most part. This one, or there's one matte called Slick. And they do really, really well. Like, you'll see in a second. They do really good for, like, doing a smoky eye. Let me put this a little bit closer. They do. I just like using it to deepen in the colors in the very crease. And usually when I do eyeliner, it kind of ties it all together. But usually when you see, if I have like a black smoky under eye, it's either this one or the color Slick. I use Slick a lot more if I have brown on. If I had the purple, I might as well just use this one because it's already in the palette. You know? But, yeah, it does really good. It doesn't take a lot to do it. I just kind of do a little bit at a time. Like I said, you can always add more. You can't take it off. I mean, you can, but then you just gotta start all over again. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure what you guys can see and what I can see, because I'm using my cell phone to do this. And I have it hooked to my computer to where it's a lot easier to notice where I'm at exactly. Okay, so take this, buff that out. Add a little bit more of that pink color to make that a little more vibrant. Honestly, I feel like I could do this color and then do blue on the other side one day and have kind of like a Cheshire Cat moment. Because I don't know, like, dude, I think I could do that. Like this with a little bit of pink on the edge. And then on the other side, do like a blue with a gray. Or do a gray with a blue on the edge, maybe. That'd be cool. Like, I smoke it out pretty far down, so, I mean, any fall I have, it kind of just gets incorporated. But as you can tell, it does, like, a really good, let's see, yeah, a really good smoky eye with that color. Honestly, I would always probably recommend Profusion to anybody. If you want something really affordable that you can do dramatic looks with, without having to worry about using a lot of product every time. Like with these, I kind of like baby them, but I don't. Because I don't want to have to replace them all that soon, because I'm just... I don't want to... I don't know, I'm really frugal with it when it comes to it. But see, as you can see, that one, really smoky, you got like dark depth in here. And then, like I said, you can use, I use the same color over here too, because it does really well. It has that nice brownish black tone to it. Yeah. Honestly, I'm going to walk out today looking like Halloween. I know it. But I'm cool with that. Let's see. Kind of like it. I feel like the lighting's not helping the circumstances of how vibrant it looks. I kind of like it. It gives a little bit of a traditionally looking orange on this side. Sorry, I gotta, like I said, sometimes they fall out, and sometimes it's not bad. Honestly, with me going to stores, it doesn't affect me too much if there's a little bit fallout, because I'm wearing a mask, so no one's gonna really see it. Let me think. I might do a little, I said I didn't like glitter, and now I really want to put glitter in the eye, in the corner, because I did that yesterday, and it looked really good. I might do, like, the purple shimmer color in one of these, and then put a little bit more of that. I have glitter primer in the other room. I just really don't feel like getting it. I'm going to use this and see how this holds up today, because if that's good, it means I won't have to get the glitter. The shimmer primer. Next time I can just use this. But I'm going to use this color called Nimbus. I don't think I've used this one yet. So it'll be the first time using it. Ooh, I got pink on my fingers. I'm going to use that on... I feel if I do it backwards, it's going to look kind of weird. So I'm going to do it on this side. And I just use my finger to pat it in there. It's a lot easier for me to figure out where it's at. I don't know if that's sanitary or not. I'm not going to guarantee it is. I'm going to use that color, and then I'm going to put, I think this color called Gravity. It's that one right there. I just have my fingers, so I didn't want to like push it onto it. Oh yeah, I like that color. The other day, actually, I don't remember if it was this palette or a different palette I had. Let's see. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if it was this palette or a different palette that I had. But I put, let me use gold and probably a light gold in the other color. Because I don't really have shimmery oranges. Honestly, they need to come out with just a Halloween palette that's like black, orange, green, purple. That's it. I'd be happy. I'm going to use probably a dark gold in the Sienna palette. That's a nice color on top, underneath that, but I'll put that there. Back in high school, I would say I would only do eyeliner and a gold eyeshadow for the most part, unless it was like something important. I'm gonna use, I think I used Tickled in this one, that one right there. And then this one has a really nice white gold looking color, so I'm gonna put that in it on as a lighter color to kind of make it pop a little bit more. Like I said, I don't think I have a gold orange, or not a gold orange. I don't think I have a shimmery orange that I have. Let me see if that looks. I think that looks good. I just have to kind of. I usually have one clean, one that I don't ever put makeup on, and buff that out a little bit so it's not as intense. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Honestly, you're not picking. I'll try to, at the end of this, put a picture of me with the makeup, because for some reason, I want to say this lighting just doesn't pick it up that well. But there's that, and then my eyeshadow's done. I usually do a wing liner. I'm going to do that real quick, and then I think I'm going to do lines across my nose. I just got to adjust myself in my chair. Sorry. I always slide forward when I'm in these things. Office chairs. I always slide forward or down. Like, I'll be leaning down it and I slide that way. But this is... honestly, doing my eyeliner preferences, I always tell myself it's not going to be perfect. No matter what, nothing's going to be perfect. It's never going to be done mechanically the same. What I like to do is start on just filling in and darkening the top of it. And then flicking drawing the light upward, and then that way. I just try to do the most simplest liner I can in this most part. I've seen people do it with the designs, and it looks great, but I feel like I would give myself an anxiety attack plus panic attack once it messed up. Honestly, a lot of times I really don't even put an eyeshadow on my eyelid, because whenever I look up, you can't see it. But also when I put the eyeliner on, it takes up part of it, so I don't usually worry about that much. Watch this be like the one day I do my eyeliner like either really bad or really good, and then it will never happen again. So far, with how I'm filling the orange one in, it doesn't look promising. Yeah, so I was trying to make them look as close as I can. My eye shape, I've noticed also. No matter, it's kind of like, how to explain this? I notice I don't have the same eye shape and bone structure on both sides of my face. No one really does, because no one's face is not, it's not very uncommon to have a very symmetrical face. 100% symmetrical is very, I guess I want to say it's uncommon. I'm not sure about that, but I feel like it's hard to have a completely symmetrical face. But after I fell down the stairs too, I've noticed, I don't know if it's because I'm hyper focused on it, but one of my eyebrow bones is slightly lower than the other. So it can look completely symmetrical, as in is that same way done and everything and filled out, but one eyeliner is going to look thicker than the other no matter what. Slightly anyways. But I've been hyper fixated on the amount of, there we go. The amount of, let that dry. By the way, I used the e.l.f. liquid liner. This is one of my favorites. It's really affordable, but it also goes on fairly easy for me. Once you get the hang of using liquid eyeliner, it's not so bad. It used to be a pain. I have to let this dry for a minute. It used to be a pain to do with liquid eyeliner. And I use a separate one, that one that's like starting to get too thick on my nose lines. Also, the brush is kind of messed up. But for those, I usually just do like, I start with a somewhat higher up nose line. And I used to, I want to say I did this once or twice in high school. I really liked the style. And I never really did it because, like, we couldn't wear a lot of stuff at school. Like, at school now, I want to say they have a really strict dress line code on, more than it used to be. But, we weren't allowed to wear this kind of makeup that I'm aware of. And I didn't really go anywhere as a teenager. I kind of just stayed home, and this is the age I used to sit on MySpace. And chat with friends on there. Cause a lot of my friends that weren't like school related were in different states, because I moved a lot as a kid. But I talked to my friends online and such, and just be looking at music and music videos, and I would just stay online. No, I didn't go anywhere, so I didn't really do a lot of makeup when I was in high school. I wore it at school. Sometimes I get to school and then do my makeup, and then I show up home with makeup on. I'll put mascara on now. Sometimes I put lashes on, sometimes I don't. Today I really don't feel like putting lashes on because I have to go to work tomorrow, and my day job, and the eyelash glue gets stuck. Like, I can't ever really get it out of my eyelashes well, but it bothers me throughout the day, and I just don't feel like messing with that today. But I use Maybelline Great Lash. I like the more expensive, not expensive, the more of the name, the drugstore brands, but this one just seems to hold up longer for me, because I like a certain consistency in my eyelashes, and after it gets to that point, it doesn't do well, but this one stays in that consistency a little bit longer, I want to say. Like, I don't like fresh makeup. I don't know, I'm weird. I don't like the first week or so of new mascara, because it's really watery and I don't have thick eyelashes, so it doesn't stick as well, I guess. But it looks like I have really wispy ones, and I mean I do, but it just enhances it. But I put like a coat of this on. I feel like I'm doing a very updated version of what I would have wanted to do as a teenager, but that's okay, because I mean, why not do it now versus ever again? It's the style that I like. Might as well go for it. I say that as I don't want to put too much makeup on, because I'm afraid of what people outside of the house will say. It's a fighting battle. It's a losing battle. I'll tell myself, like, I can dress the way I want, wear the makeup the way I want. And then as soon as I want to go somewhere, Ryan's like, well, why aren't you wearing the crazy over the top stuff? And I'm like, I can't be bothered today. Yeah. I usually take this to kind of like smudge it out a little bit on my nose to make it less clear cut, but it's a Wet n Wild Kohl eyeliner. I used to wear it on my waterline, and then I stopped really wearing waterline makeup. I want to say I stopped lining my eyes because my eyes water too bad now. But I'll use this to kind of smudge it out a little bit. Hopefully I get more into the mindset and idea of doing this without ranting, that these would be shorter and it would feel a lot better. Yeah, this is a completed look. Like I said, at the end of this video, I'll try to post a photo of this look because I think it looks good, but it doesn't look as vibrant. I want to say it's the lighting in here. But I'm going to get off here, but I will definitely make sure to post a photo, and hopefully we do more of these soon because I really like doing it. I just rant a lot. But you guys have a magical day.